Hey everyone, it is Kristen here with Wild Roots Coaching, and I'm here to talk to you about why we need to stop talking badly about ourselves. And I feel like this is something that is just so ingrained in so many of us. It's like if someone comes up to you and gives you a compliment and says, "You look really nice today," or "I love that sweater." Half of the time we're like, "Oh, this old thing," or, "Well, my hair's greasy and, I just braided it because it was greasy today and I was feeling gross." I've totally used that one. And instead it's like, why can't we just accept a compliment and say, "Thank you for saying those nice things about me," and actually believing those things about ourselves? So I noticed this really like with a a message chain that I was going through with my friends, and the words that were being exchanged in there were like just so awful. Like, "I'm not good enough, I'm so fat, oh, I feel gross, I'm this, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, you guys, you have got to stop this. I cannot handle it." Like, you are creating this reality by the things that you're saying. And so I am the first one, like, one of my friends and I used to always joke, like, would always make like jokes about being gross, and like when we would eat junk food, just calling ourselves names, but would do it in like in a joking way. And I realized that even though we're joking, like, that's what we're starting to believe about ourselves. And that was like, for me, I was like, "Oh yeah, I really am this." Like, if I have these patterns and I'm starting to like not honor myself as much because I'm not putting what I want to into my body, I started to believe these lies about myself just because it was the way I was talking to myself. And I feel like when I was growing up, like, I don't remember looking up to anyone that was famous that I was like, "Yeah, look at how they love themselves. Like, look at how um they're just who they are and they just own it and it doesn't matter." And not that there weren't them, but I feel like the people, like, for me growing up, it was like Britney Spears was really popular. And it was always like, "What is she doing to stay skinny?" And she eats wow Doritos because they only have this much fat in them, or what, it was like just this crap that I fed into. And I was like, "Okay, yeah, so that's how you get your worth, is by looking like this, or by acting like this, or having this special talent, or whatever." And it's like, that is not the truth. And so we have that comparison. "Well, she looks like this, so therefore I'm not good enough." And we start to believe this crap that we're telling ourselves. And I think it's time that we stop this bullshit and we start believing that we're better. We start believing that we are worthy because we are. And this is really important to me. Now, I don't have children, but I do have a niece, and she is 5 years old. And she is at the age where she's picking this stuff up. And she understands what it means to have a booty. And she understands what it means, like, to like have body images. And she understands that people, like, she starts to pick up on people saying things about themselves. I love it so much because she is so confident in who she is. But let me tell you, the more she's exposed to what's happening in the world, the more she's exposed to the self-hatred that is happening in the world, she's going to start to shift those beliefs. And I think it is our job as women to display confidence and to display self-love for these kids, for these people who are growing up that are going to go through the same things we went through. We're still going through them, right? Like, most people have some form of self-worth issues, right? And it doesn't have to be something big that holds you back, but it's when you want to do something and you hesitate and you go, "Am I good enough for that?" Why are we not showing children that they can do whatever they want? And that when we walk through life as confident women, and when we walk through life as women who love our bodies no matter what, that gives them permission to do the same. So If you are a woman and you are watching this, please start saying nice things about yourself, especially if you have children. I don't care if you have a daughter, a son, whatever. Start talking to yourself like you would talk to one of your friends. Start talking to yourself like you want your child, niece, nephew, the world that's going to take over when we're gone, the way that you want them to talk to themselves. It is not fair for us to teach them to hate themselves. It's not fair for us to teach them that they're never going to be good enough because of beliefs that they have in their own minds. So I just want you to remember, you are an example exactly the way you are. When you love yourself the way you are, when you are okay with yourself the way you are giving permission to others to believe that they are enough. Make the change, be the change that you want to see, and let's start showing people that self-love is actually pretty awesome and we don't need to hate on ourselves anymore, and that we are enough exactly the way we are, flaws and all. Okay, you guys, I hope that you have a great day, and I hope that you give yourself some self-love today and that you give some love to someone else. Have a great day. See ya.